Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mindovermania, where we keep your head above the chaos. My name is Christian, and I am doing another pick a card reading, where you get to choose your own intuitively channeled messages. Today's reading is going to be what are his late night thoughts and feelings for you? Okay, so this is going to be primarily a reading about a masculine energied person. So even if their gender identity is not male, this is all about that manly, that mystery manly man that you may be thinking about. And yeah, let's get a sneak peek into their late night thoughts. Okay, we have 4 lovely piles to choose from today, with pile number 1 being represented by the carnelian crystal, pile number 2 being represented by the green moonstone, pile number 3 being represented by the black moonstone, and pile number 4 being represented by the rhodonite. Sorry, I nearly forgot the crystal's name. Anyways, in order to select your pile, put both feet firmly on the ground, take a couple deep breaths, clear your mind, and focus on the person that you are trying to channel a message about. Just imagine their face, their name, and then, after a moment, open your eyes, select a pile, whichever you feel drawn to the most, and that's going to be your messages. I'd really appreciate it, y'all, if you like, subscribe, and comment down below after your reading. It helps my algorithm. And if you're interested in booking a message with me, links are in the description down below. And we'll see you at your pile. Take care. Bye. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 1. And these are going to be your messages on late night thoughts from your person, aka male edition. He's horny. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this right out there. This man is usually spending his late night evenings watching something. Yeah, being a dude. I guess I don't want to reveal too much about this person right away, but I was like, yeah, no, I already have the back. I don't need to look at these cards. I know what this guy's doing. And I don't want to necessarily say that they're about you. I feel like they are about you in general, but he might be thinking about other people. I don't know, doing his thing. I don't feel like you guys are together, so don't judge this person. Let's go ahead and see what card you got, though. We have Nothing Sounds Good Enough. Oh, man. So, I feel like in regards to you guys, pile number 1, this person, maybe they're not coming towards you because maybe you have high standards or they believe that you deserve better. I definitely see them, like, maybe after a long day at work, like, coming home, sitting there and having a drink, or, like, unwinding, and they're just getting caught up on what would they do to approach you, or what would they do if they got in a relationship with you. And I think it's very frustrating to them to realize that they don't have what either it takes, or they don't have what they believe you deserve. So, for example, if they were like, wow, she is so gorgeous, she's kind, she's smart, she's funny, what do I have? $5. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely like this energy of not feeling worthy of you guys, pile number 1. And maybe I don't know why, but I was like, maybe they journal, or maybe they're like trying to write their thoughts out because they get so confused, and they don't know how to talk, like, speak or talk to you, you know? So if anything, I could also see them maybe before messaging you or before reaching out to you, they literally think out in their head very strategically about the words they use and what they want to do to you. Okay. Yeah, no, they're very, very clear, and I feel like something about you upsets them in a way that they can't think clearly, and they're like, oh, god damn, like, those girls got me, like, shaking my hand, shaking my fist. Okay, let's get into the oracle cards and the one singular tarot card that popped out. Starting with my index cards. Aww. We have You Light Up a Room Just by Being in It. That's so cute. Yeah, there's something about, like, late at night, they just imagine, like, I get to see her in the morning. So maybe you guys work with this person, or maybe there's like a friend group, or maybe they know that you post on social media regularly. So there's kind of this energy of like, regardless of if you're in person or not, this person, one, is just very grateful that you shine your light and presence and joy into this man's circle, but also just like the light you've brought to his life. He definitely resonates and ruminates on that. Yeah, it's kind of like you don't have to do anything. He just likes you and your vibe and your voice and all that stuff. I want to protect you. I will keep you safe. Aw, this is so romantic, guys. Aw, look at him. He's like, maybe that's some of his plan. He's just like, man, like I don't know what other guys are doing to like protect you right now, or maybe he's worried about your finances, or maybe he's sitting there thinking like, huh, did she ever think about this, or did he ever think about this? Um, yeah, the I will keep you safe. That's something that this person thinks about at night, is literally laying there and fantasizing like, okay, if I had to protect pile number one, what would I do? Like I would be okay, I would go and do this and this, or this feels like very practical safety. So maybe for example, they're like, let me help you set up a VPN, or let me help you with your cybersecurity. You know, things that maybe this person can't physically like go beat up a bunch of people, but they definitely know how to navigate socially a room, or be like, no, I don't think you should be hanging out with so and so because I know that guy has a reputation. I can see it a mile away. You know what I mean? It's not like the negative fantasy type protection. It's very like practical. If I wanted to make it happen, I would have done it by now. Oh, did you turn this man down cold? Um, Damn. Yeah, maybe there's some kind of an energy where maybe you were like, you didn't make a move, so whatever. And they're sitting there being kept late at night drinking, being like, what do you mean? I didn't make a move. Oh, God. There's a bit of confusion because this man's pressed by whatever you did. Because I think I definitely get the energy that you guys, pile number one, maybe you're a little more type A, or you're a little bit more strategic, and so you were like, okay, clearly, or you got bad advice from TikTok or something, because you didn't feel like this person made a strong enough move towards you. Meanwhile, this person was trying to not come across as too strong, and so then you kind of were like, oh, okay, you're off the table now, and now this person's just like, whew, oh, ouch, harsh, my heart. We're part of a team. Give and take is expected. Yeah. So, like I said, maybe you do work with this person, or you have in the past, or maybe there's just like a general camaraderie between you and this person. I don't know. I feel like very like hyped up. And so there's something about like their late night thoughts where they literally sit there and think about like, okay, what is something we could work on? Or like, how can we strategize this? Or like, there's something about like they really appreciate that you mean what you say and you actually do show up when you say you're going to. You just really like that. I don't know. This person fancies you. That ain't yours, honey. I don't know. So maybe they are thinking about something that you said and they're a little offended by it, where they're just like, you don't have a right to have opinion on that. Or like there's something about like maybe they are frustrated and thinking you're with somebody else, and somebody, I don't know, maybe they're like fantasizing or fearing that you're with somebody else, and they're immediately stewing about being like, well, she's probably screwing some other guy and that's my girl. You know what I mean? There's a lot of this like kind of possessive, but it's like, notice when they say honey, it's just like, mm-mm. So they might be salty. Running away won't make this better. Oh my gosh, pile one. Pile one. You got people pressed. Pressed. Oh, this is why I do this. The tea. This man knows that he can't run from you. He knows that he's gonna have to confront his demons if he wants an angel, right? And you're making him wait. You're making him be like, no, 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 no. You don't get to see anything after this mess. But they're also like projecting onto you, acting like you ran away instead of owning their side of things. So I think like they know that they can't get out of this by themselves. They have to change. And that's what's keeping them up at night, is they're literally laying there being like, dang, like, pile number one was right. I have to face those things. I have to acknowledge that, and I do have to change. It's just they tend to more lean towards the I will keep you safe. And this is like a typical masculine fantasy where instead of doing the work on the emotional stuff or the other things, their other shitty behaviors, they try to focus on the whole like, well, I'm gonna protect you, right? Financially. I'm gonna be I'm strong, right? So like you have to put up with my bullshit because I'm a guy and that's what guys do, and I can beat somebody up for you, and you're sitting there like, that was like the 17th century. We're in 2025 right now. I need someone who can actually answer a damn phone call. And yeah, and they know they're right. They know you're right. There was something about like they were either half-assing it or maybe they didn't know that you were pressed or whatever, but now they're definitely certain of it. Wow. So yeah, this gentleman, masculine person's, whew, they have a lot of energy too. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with these oracle cards. We've got you are too good for me, low self-esteem, low status, insecure. Yeah, see the angel here? Yeah, they're like, you are literally an angel, and I'm gonna try my best, but like I'm a degenerate. How the heck? And you're sitting there going like, well, you don't have to be, Jesus. But that's the energy they're in, you know? Let's get that camera fixed a little. Wow. Now your man is screwing with my camera. Jeez. I wish we met before I settled down. Irreversible, numb sadness. Oh, God. Oh, God. Maybe it's like right person, wrong time. I know I have a card like that in this deck here. But, yeah. Like, look at this man in the grave. He's like, this... It's over. It's done. Oh my God, like late at night, this man's just like, yeah, this is how I sleep, in my coffin. Let me just go to the doghouse and just cry myself to sleep in there. That is the energy this man's in. Sleeping in the couch because he doesn't feel worthy of his own bed. I'm not looking for anything serious, lustful energy, shallow connection, one night stand. Yeah. They are pressed because even though, yeah, they'd love the whole kit and caboodle, but also they kind of just want to have schmecks. They kind of just want to do the things and be in lust because they're like, well, it's me and my brain and all these memories. I might as well do something with them. I want you now. Kiss me. Spontaneous, reckless adrenaline. Yeah. Told you they're horny. I had to choose someone else. Lack of choice, missing you, no contact. And I am married. Long-term connection, third-party commitments. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. So are they with somebody else? If they are, it's a sexless, loveless marriage. That much I'm telling you. There's just something going on where maybe their partner is refusing sex by them, so they're thinking about you, and they can't get their mind off of you to escape. Or like again, I'm not looking for anything serious. It's kind of like they came across like they were committed to someone when they're really not, especially if they're focusing on you. Um I had to choose someone else. Yeah, I feel like this person felt like they chose the practical choice, right? Or they're like, oh, well, I don't really do that marriage thing. I don't do that settling down thing anymore. Or I'm just kind of like, I'm not good enough for marriage anyway. I just want to have sex all the time and I want no commitments or whatever. Meanwhile, they're up late at night fantasizing about you guys, pile number one, because they can't face their own emotions. And because they were like, oh, I'm not looking for anything serious, they got in a relationship with somebody that they were like, yeah, I don't have to get hurt because now I have a maid. Now I have somebody that I don't really care about that I can go and do my cheating on while my bills are getting taken care of. I definitely feel like this man is very disconnected from self. He's just trying to survive and keep his head above everything, but like he's like, I know I'm not a good person. That's why I'm not with you, you know? And I think that does keep him up at night, is because you showed him love and his own worth and value, and now he's like, kiss me, screw me, let me just lay down in my grave of the life choices I made. What a drama king, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, and he's like, but I had to choose someone else because of their money, or because of their family, or because of their blah blah blah, my financial status. And I'm just like, whatever. Alright. And then we've got the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. They're acting all like stunted because of you. And they're kind of like playing around with themselves and being like, "Oh yeah, I guess everything will go back to normal." Okay, even though there's little fires in the background. But my dick's hard. Yeah. Damn. There's like a real strong party pooper energy here. Like they're just like, yeah. Okay. So much for that. Damn. Okay. Well, anyways, I need to wrap up this reading because I'm like, I don't want to give this person any more time on my energy. Um, yeah, so final card I have here is it's going to be, are they going to reach out to you soon? Basically, this is a deck that has yes, no, maybe type cards. So if you want to know the answer to that, I'm going to flip it over. However, if you would like to ask a different question of the universe, you can go ahead and pose that question now, and then we're going to see what the answer is. All right? 3, 2, 1, go. We've got maybe. What are you trying to prove? Answer that question first, then things move fast. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. I love when my readings are correct and in alignment. Because I always surprise myself. With the what are you trying to prove? I could literally hear pile number 1, like not you guys, but your person saying like, what are you trying to prove with this behavior? Like what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like they're like sitting there like, well, you cut me off, or you did this. So what are you trying to prove to me? Huh? What's your point? Trying to like reclaim, the leverage, the high ground. Oh man, well, maybe they'll reach out to you. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that if you reached out to this person and talked to them, they'd respond back to you. They might be slow, but they're probably going to talk back. Especially if they're sitting there being like, nothing that comes out of my mouth sounds good enough. It's like I open my mouth and the dumb comes out. Like that's exactly what this person's complaining to their friends and family about, especially in regards to you. Anyways, though, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you resonated with this message, and also consider booking me for a personal reading about your person. Yeah, and check out my blog where we talk about mental health and spirituality. Anyways, y'all, I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 2, and these are going to be your late night thought messages from your person. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know why I did this reading. I like y'all's man. Okay. Like I'm not going to repeat what this man thinks about late at night. That's what happened. Okay? That is what happened, y'all. And I don't yeah, okay. We're gonna leave it at that. That's what happened while pulling your cards, alright? So let's see. You will be self-made and self-paid. Okay, yeah, so your man, gentleman, what he thinks about late at night is he thinks about, aside from other terrible thoughts and moodiness, he thinks about money, and he thinks about his career, how he's gonna save the world, puff out his chest, very masculine man related things. Yep, I'm just gonna say right now, your person is definitely a dude. That he thinks about dude things. Okay. take that for what you will. But let's go ahead and get the other commentary from the rest of the cards, because you guys got a lot of cards. We got the Queen of Cups. Aww. Okay, so one of the things they do think about late at night about you is they love you. They think you are this Queen of Cups. They think that you are someone that has a lot of love to offer them. They really idealize you guys. They view you as a princess. You've got this little crown over there. And there's something about, like, especially with that cup, there's something about you that really makes them feel fulfilled. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is definitely something that, like, late at night, I could see them being like, aside from all the other dude thoughts that go through their head, it's kind of like whenever you come up, it's like after a sea of depravity, then you pop up and they're like, oh yeah, pile number 2 is very nice. maybe they think you're innocent, or maybe that's just how their brain is wired, but there's something about like, yes, pile number 2. They're very pretty. They're kind of a princess, and I love them. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't really feel super deep. It just is like, yeah, I like them. Okay. And then back to depravity. Okay, so I think I need to clarify with my intuition that it's like, it's not about what they do late at night. It's about late night thoughts about you guys, and like, well, I said I was going to keep it PG-13, and being perfectly honest, I am probably blocking out the thoughts that they are having, because I don't want to channel your person's weird ass shit. Okay. All right, we have I'm trying to be more than I am. Aw. Back in my day, we didn't have those things. I love your presence. Please stand near me. Aw. That's so cute. Alright, you have like a bunch of cards here, so I'm gonna try making some space. I feel lost in the crowd. I don't know where to go for help. Aw. They're going to leave if you keep this up. You need to find some stability before moving forward. Love awaits. Stay in a higher vibration. Positive changes coming your way. Okay. She, he isn't what they seem. Don't stop dreaming. And abundance is coming your way. Okay. Wow. Y'all, this is a really positive reading for your person. Right off the bat, like, they are having some negative thoughts about this connection, because they're like, if you, like, they're gonna leave you if you keep this up. Like, they think that you're going to walk away from this connection, right? Like, they feel like, well, if I start gaining weight, if I lose my job, or, oh god, they'd be terrified of losing their job, because they'd immediately think and feel like you would leave them. Or like with the self-paid, it's kind of like, if this person makes their own money, or they're an entrepreneur, they're very much fearful that if something bad happened, or that they don't make it, that you would just abandon them and stop loving them. And then with the I feel lost in the crowd, I don't know where to go for help, I feel like they want to lock you down, or there's something about you that they feel lost and kind of alone right now. And you're kind of like this little beacon of hope and happiness, because I definitely feel there's like a genuine friendship between the two of you, regardless of what type of connection this is. This feels like the very genuine type feelings of like, I am trying so hard to keep it together. I'm so hard. I'm like, okay, wow. I was like sitting in this man's field, so I have to like pull back a little bit. But he's literally in this energy of like, I am trying so hard to come across like I have it all together when I don't. And I'm genuinely scared right now. And I thought I had all this shit together. I thought I made all the right decisions, and I'm still not where I want to be. And like with the back in my day, we didn't have those things. I definitely feel like maybe this person struggles with technology, or maybe they're more traditional, or there's something about like, they didn't have access to stuff, and now they don't know how to keep up with anything anymore. It used to be, okay, I just go in, I do this job, and I leave. And now everything's all complicated. I have to remember these things. Maybe this person could be a little bit older. I'm not sure, but there's definitely like this need for this person to kind of regroup and rebalance. Because right now they're like, I don't even know how to approach pal number two, you guys. Because they're like, are you one of them feminists? Do you want flowers? Do you want a hug? Like, what do you want, you know? The I love your presence though, like, the late night thoughts other than brooding about how do I make this happen. You know, there's still a lot of positivity, you know? Like I definitely could see this person definitely being like, okay, even though this is what I'm thinking about, you're still the goal, you know? Because like there's a lot of like, for example, like positive changes, love, abundance, you know, the don't stop dreaming. It's literally like they're not going to give up on this connection, you know, very easily. I just feel like this person's more so concerned that if they can't provide for you, they're going to lose you. You know, that is basically the only thing on their mind right now is they're fearful about it, but they also think they have an idea. They think money's coming their way, so that's why they're going to keep moving forward. Oh, good for this person. I'd say I want to cheer this person on and say, hey, you got this. You can do it. I believe in you. Um, and maybe you give them ideas too on ways of how they could make money as well. Okay, so let's get into more cards. We have being loyal to someone scares me, commitment issues, unfaithful, polyamorous. My charm is poisonous, physical attraction, addictive chemistry, kinks. I will not leave my marriage anytime soon. Life partner, responsibilities, investments. And you reveal my shadow side and I don't like it. Dark side, feeling uncomfortable, confrontation. Ooh. Ooh! There's a little tension going on in here. And I noticed like with the electricity here too. Pile number two. Yeah. I don't know. There's something like again with like the loyalty and my charm is poison. I don't know if this person has a porn addiction. Um with this I will not leave my marriage. I don't know if they're in a committed relationship with somebody or maybe they're dating somebody else and not with you. But they're definitely having sexual thoughts and feelings towards you. That much is very true. It just kind of feels like though they like late night how they think of you is they are more concerned on the love aspect of things because even though yes they think about that stuff, they're really not equating you in the same category. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, if this person has a porn addiction, right? You're not in the same category as the women they're thinking about in porn. And again, this is how their brain is working because to them it's like, all right, I have this depravity going on in my brain, but that's separate from pile number two, right? So that's how they are thinking about it. And with the revealing shadow, it's almost like because you're kind and because you have all that clarity, they're immediately so much more aware of the fact that, oh, I never thought of having a porn addiction as having a problem, and now because of pile number two, I'm suddenly looking at myself and going, oh, I actually kind of feel gross. You know, and maybe they've cried about that. You know what I mean? Maybe they've been literally not realizing how much they've been hurting or how much they've been using or numbing out. And especially with this being loyal to someone, it's kind of weird because like they are naturally loyal to someone like you, pile number two, but they made a choice for second best or whatever, or they're like a creature of habit and comfort. And then suddenly better came around and they were like, oh, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Maybe they had a partner who didn't really care, you know? And for example, like if this person has a porn addiction and then their spouse was just like, whatever, I'm gonna go out with the girls now, and that person really doesn't pay attention to men's mental health or I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about like their partner and this isn't dissing their partner, but it does feel like there was something in their connection where he kind of was like, yeah, I just detached and I have two different lives. And then they see you, pile number two, and you're the whole package. And so it's almost like they want to keep their depravity away from you. And you're kind of that escapism towards what they actually think and feel, but they know that they can't deal with their issues. And I think that's why they're crying about it is they're like, yeah, I remember when loyalty meant something to me, you know? And then I got older and I realized that I don't want to die old and alone, so I just settled with whoever was right in front of me. And I didn't anticipate love to be a part of it. Aw. Damn. Yeah, it just kind of feels like a marriage of convenience, and I think their wife knew that too. But she would still like. I'm already gonna tell you right now, like, don't go in and try to fuck anything up because I feel like this person's still gonna be. They need to be loyal to their commitments, right? They need to be loyal to their word. Let's get some more late night thoughts. I'm struggling to distract myself. Oh God, y'all, look at how freaking sad this man looks. I'm sorry, he looks like a frickin' puppy died in front of him. Jeez. Gosh, he's even got the beanie? The nights are so long. Oh god. Stressed out. Like, I do feel like there's, like, some stress from work that's also keeping up late at night, but, like, dang. And then I want you all to myself. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. Um... Dang. I don't even know what's going on with your pile, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, because maybe it's because this is a different lifestyle than me or whatever, because, like, I literally started this pile off with being like, oh yeah, they're, like, super loyal to you and blah, 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 um, but if they're in a relationship with someone else, though, I'm kind of like, clearly you're on their mind and you're disrupting something that's going on here. But it does feel very sexual in nature, and it's like this person just needs to integrate what they actually want and start speaking and being in their truth, because, like, yeah, they can feel this way towards you, but if you already made a commitment to somebody else and you're trying to run a different life, then that's only harmful to you, pile number 2. With marriage and things like that, life partner, I don't know. Like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, like, I want to go back. It's like, I'm trying to be more than I am. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, that's the thing, is, like, they want to make sure that their bag is secure before coming towards you. So, again, I don't want to give you any hope that they're planning on leaving their partner, because, like, obviously this card is saying they're not going to leave their marriage anytime soon. But that's why I'm kind of confused, because I'm like, there's an energy of they have this desire to get out of the relationship, which maybe they're trying to make more money so they can get a divorce. And set that up amicably, or they're married to something else. So maybe if they are not married in a relationship, they could be married to a job or an ideal or a version, or maybe married to their past. So maybe this person was divorced, and so this person is still hung up on that. And they just need to, I don't know. It's like, it's so strange, because mentally this person, regardless of if they're in a partnership, like, they're single mentally, but they think about you and your relationship, and there's something about that self-paid. They're like, if I just make enough money, then I can impress pile number 2. And, like, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, that was a pretty long message, but y'all get the vibes. Anyways, we've got one final card, so this is going to be a communications card, where basically I pulled a card to see if they're going to reach out to you anytime soon. It's going to be a yes, no, or a maybe with some explanations. So you could either take this towards communication, or if you'd like to ask a question from the universe, a yes or no question, feel free to ask it now, and you can use this as confirmation. All right, ready to go, pile number 2? All right, let's see what they said. Maybe. Look at this person. They're like, looks really, like, kind of fierce. Standing there being like, aha. Very committed and strong energy. Working on establishing your healthy boundaries, or you'll face this again. This is a boundaries issue. Ooh. Oh. That's kind of confirming whatever's going on here. Yeah, maybe some boundaries were crossed between you two. I don't know. Was there an affair and you didn't know about it? Ooh! All right. Well, anyways, y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this resonated with you, and please consider booking me for a private reading. Links are in the description down below. I will see you all next time, crazy people. Bye! Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 3. These are going to be your messages on what are this person's late night thoughts and feelings towards you. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really getting the vibe this person has like any romantic interest in you. Or I don't really feel normal, healthy, romantic vibes. Like the first 2 piles, definitely there was a lot of steam, romance, feelings. This person, not gonna lie, I do get the vibe of like either narcissistic energy or somebody who's really not that interested in you authentically. Basically they're not really thinking about you. But however, you do have cards, so I'm still going to have a message for you, and I'm curious to see what Spirit's going to say as a result of this, because I can't tell if this person is either interested in somebody else, they're in denial of something, but I am picking up on a little bit of narcissism here. So, okay, let's see what card you got. No one else understands me. Oh god, the victimhood. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting. Is it's the energy of like, well, nobody understands me. Why can't somebody just make sense? There's definitely this energy of entitlement towards their romantic partners, where it's like, I'm just so special and unique, and nobody else can really top or match that. And it's like, well, actually, there's a lot of people with depression out there that if you went and talked to a professional, you'd know that. Um, like, there's stuff about this person that they genuinely believe that they're unique in this experience, or that they're somehow superior with some of the thoughts they're having late at night. And I'm kind of like, those thoughts have been thought of by somebody else way before you thought of them. But okay, you know, make yourself feel important. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and check out the cards. We have go hug a tree or something. Is this person sarcastic towards you? Like, they're definitely kind of like, pile 3, I could literally see this person being like, you'd be like, it's like, come and give me some love, like, come over here and snuggle, and they're like, go hug a tree instead. Like, that's this person's energy. They're just like, no, you're not important. I'm losing sleep over this. I'm struggling. Oh my gosh, the eye rolling. They're like, yeah, I'm losing sleep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to make myself accountable. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. If someone else did it, would you still allow it? Yeah. I don't know if that's a question from Spirit to y'all, but like there's this like, would you still allow me to do that thing? So there's something about this person that they have a control complex, right? Like there's definitely something about your connection where they think they can just treat you however they want. Okay? Because you have not shown any resistance to what they're doing, like the fact that you haven't picked up on the fact that they're manipulating you here, lying to you there. It's like they literally follow a script, y'all. I'm gonna be transparent. They are literally pulling a script. It works for every single girl that they selectively choose because they know how to pick their victims or their supply. And like they share it with their guy friends. You know what I mean? Like they're all like, yeah, we've been doing the same thing since college. It works every single time. So I wouldn't even call this person a player because this person's really like, I think they're in it for the thrills. I don't think because they. It just feels like it's more about like power, or there's a lot of like excuses I'm hearing that they make where they're just like, I'm really not that interested. That's why that's what their late night thoughts are, is they're kind of like, why does pile number 3 let me get away with this? Like, come on. I thought they were smarter than that. I fucked up. I can't own it. I'm so sorry. I'm not enough. Yeah. So then it swings to the other piece of it. So maybe, they laugh about the I'm losing sleep at night. Meanwhile, they actually are, right? Like there's definitely like a swinging back and forth between sometimes they sleep like a baby, other times they are like, wow. I am the biggest loser ever. Like this, yeah, this is classic narcissist energy. This message isn't coming out right. Clear your mind and try again. Yeah. Super interesting. Okay, because normally when I pull this card, it's about me when I'm doing a reading and I need to like pull the cards again. In this case, though, in regards to your person, this definitely feels like your person, like with the no one else understands me, it really does feel like they struggle to communicate. Like sometimes when they are feeling authentic towards you, they think that they're not communicating with you clearly, right? So it's like they can like you, but then they're like, oh shit, like I shouldn't have said it this way, or blah, 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 blah. So it's almost like they kind of view their normal self as being dysregulated because their dysregulated self is so overpowering, they don't know how to like manage it. And so it almost feels like sometimes they're like annoyed whenever they are vulnerable with you because they're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Like it's like they literally are kind of in a mental prison when it comes to you guys, pile number 3. Shoot. I'm so sorry. Face the void inside. Who does it remind you of? Who is it? Pile number 3. They look inside. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like late at night, like they're escaping the void inside of them. And they don't want to tell you that because they don't tell that shit to anybody. They don't even know what that void feeling is. They just feel like empty. And they're just operating, trying to figure things out. The situation is out of your control. Yeah, they are out of control of themselves, their thoughts, their feelings, and that's why they're so frustrated because they're like, ugh, like, how could pile number 3 stick around someone as worthless as me? You know what I mean? Like, and you're sitting there going like, well, I didn't know I was worthless to you, but okay. Yeah. Maybe you thought this person was a player, and I'm like, players and narcissists have 2 different goals. Because I do feel like this person, like I said, like they don't ruminate about you or whatever, but it's kind of like you do pop up in their field every once in a while and thoughts and feelings. And it's kind of like sometimes they do soften towards you because they're like, oh, someone that does understand me, or that person didn't react that way. They still think you're weak and all that other stuff, but like that's typical narcissist behavior. All right, let's go ahead and get into the cards, the rest of the cards. We have I meet you in my dreams, telepathic communication, intuition, twin flame journey. Oh god, late at night. This person, I can definitely see this person waking up late at night screaming because you were in their dream and they had like a sexy dream about you and they're like, no, no, like the reason why they get upset because they're a narcissist is literally please don't diagnose this person. Even if they're not, there's still just that vibe of it's kind of douchey. They feel like you won over them if there's any sort of like dreams about you or whatever, and it's kind of like they feel like you cause them to lose power if they care about you or if their intuition says anything. Meanwhile, they don't know it's their intuition talking. They think it's some flawed piece of their brain, and it's like, no, actually, like maybe you're sitting here, a spiritual witchy person, and you're just like, oh my gosh, send them my love, and then they wake up and they're like, god damn it, like, oh my god, this is so funny. I feel like God's like trolling them with your presence. I want to make our connection work, compromise, conditions, putting effort. And can you forgive me? Regrets, multiple chances, healing. Yeah. So maybe you did give this person a shot and they blew it without warning. The I want to make our connection work. I feel like that's a misnomer because I feel like late at night they think about that. They're like, well, what would I do if pile number 3, I'm tasting like alcohol and bile, so maybe they like throw up a lot, or they're like constantly sick or something. With the I want to make this connection work, I could literally see them kind of like purging themselves because they desperately want to try to not feel this way. Oh god, yeah, this person's definitely like self-harming in some kind of way because they're so frustrated about like why does no one else understand me? And like something about you guys, pile number three, like they kind of fantasize about having a connection with you, kind of, but in their own weird, twisted way. Like it has to work within the confines of their brain. And since their brain's dysregulated and distorted, they're like, they can't ask you for forgiveness or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like there's the like, can you forgive me? It's like they do that in quiet, maybe, but not always. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they'd play that up. But I do feel like with the meeting you in my dreams, that's when the reality shattered. Is it's kind of like during like consciousness, they can very easily project and be like, no, 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 I don't care. And then they have a dream about you, and then they're like, oh, it's more than that. Shit. You know what I mean? And then they get very, very angry and dysregulated that their power's been given away to somebody else. This is really sad. Yeah, this is just a really sad state for a person to be in. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sexually frustrated. Oh, you do. Oh, yeah. So with this being a narcissist, right? They are always chasing the high, right? Like they're chasing the adrenaline rush, the whatever. And so maybe you guys were intimate, but sometimes something also tells me like you were the one that got away. So maybe you got away with something, or maybe there really wasn't a connection. And so then they're sitting there going like, dang it, like I never got to do my conquest. And they don't like that. Like there's something about you that they don't like, that maybe you did get off while you were with them, or maybe there was something about like you actually enjoyed the experience, meanwhile they were trying to like take from you, and they were like, what the hell you mean? Like, they chose someone else to bang? What? Excuse me? Over me? You know what I mean? It's very, like, detached, They're kind of just like, oh, like, I want to have possession over you, but then, like, you don't give it up to them easily, or there's something, whatever, this rejection that they're like, excuse me? But they kind of like that, though, and then that pisses them off even more. I'm really going through it, and I'm stalling. Yeah. So their late night thoughts about you, pile number three, is like they're holding back on something or some kind of a decision about you, right? Because they're kind of like caught in a bind where they know that you're going to put up with them, right? But they know that you're not going to put up with everything. And I'm really going through it. Like, I mean, they're trying to sail their whole pirate ship and whatever, and their whole cast and crew left them, right? This person has a slew of exes that hate them, friends, family, all kinds of people that just hate this person's guts, right? And they know that you are going to reject them too eventually, right? And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to stall the inevitable of you leaving them. But with the no one else understands me, they don't know what it is that they're doing wrong to you. Because there's something about you that they know you're a treasure. They know that you're somebody who's different. And if they're having dreams about you, there's something about like something about you triggered them wanting to change, or at least do things differently. Because when I'm saying change, I'm not talking like, oh, I'm going to stop being a narcissist. Like, no, like this person needs psychological help. However, there is something about them that like they aren't aware of their thoughts and feelings, and you were able to get through to them. And so now they're stalling out because they're like, oh, I didn't actually know that's what was going on inside of my head. Now what am I supposed to do? It's like you gave them like a level of peace that they were kind of like, what the fuck is this? Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot card because I want to wrap this up. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse. Look at this. See, this could be you guys. Right? But this person doesn't want it because this person knows that everybody's going to love you more than them. Because they already look like I look at this card. Wow, this visual is so powerful, right? Because this card normally the Five of Cups is all about like crying over spilled milk. You know, it's like you've got 2 cups here, but then you've got the 3 that have fallen over. And it's like you shouldn't be crying. But in reverse, this is pretty valid. Like I look at it this way, like this is like all the blood, and like I could see this person throwing a tantrum and getting upset and mad. Meanwhile, they've got 2 cups over here and they're still crying. So there's like still that victim energy when it comes to you. But also at the same time, they're like, we could have had this though, you know? And people don't want me for me. Meanwhile, they're struggling with narcissism. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a weird, like, on the inside, this is how they're feeling. They're feeling like, oh my gosh, everything's going to work out. Meanwhile, on the outside, everyone's like, oh my God, like, why would you do these things? This is so awful. You know? And this person's like sitting in an inner bubble, zen, being like, pile 3. I also almost said pile 2. You know? It's like, but pile 2 gets a person. Why don't I get a person? Pile 2's just like me, but I want someone like pile 2 has. I wonder if this is a love triangle. Ooh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, protect yourselves, pile number 3. Don't take this personally, but now you at least know the mind of what this person's thinking. Again, just reminder too, you guys are so worthy of love. You don't deserve this kind of bullshit, and don't let anybody make you, spill all your cups, because you guys have options, pile number 3, and I don't really feel like this person's in the place to really offer you any kind of connection in any way, but at least you know what they're thinking late at night about you. All right, so finally, this card I pulled to answer the question, is this person going to reach out to you or not? These are yes or no or maybes cards. So you could either use this as confirmation that they're going to communicate with you, or if you decide to ask a question to the universe, state your question now, and this is going to be your yes or no answer. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. We got yes. Everything is lining up for you, even if you can't see the full picture. Trust in the divine timing. When you're ready, things will come together quickly. Yeah, so that's a surefire sign that this person's probably going to reach back out at some point. Now, granted, it's because that they need their narcissistic supply, but maybe if you stood them up, or maybe you finally put your foot down, this person's feeling really frustrated, and they're going to reach a point, especially when they see you happily married with somebody else or whatever, doing your thing. They're going to be like super frustrated and trying to understand why, like what is actually happening here. And then they're going to come in making demands, and I don't necessarily know that it's going to be a good conversation. However, what is going to happen is you will be in a much stronger position to have that conversation, as well as, maybe you're going to be with somebody else, and that's what's going to trigger this person. It be what it be, guys. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you resonated with this message. And also, if you're interested in booking a personal message with me, links are in the description down below. Also, check out my blog. We talk about spirituality, mental health, and all that other cool stuff. And again, if this person is not a diagnosed narcissist, please understand that this reading was not meant to diagnose somebody. I'm just noticing the traits and how they typically act. So please don't go run around telling your friends that from this reading. Like, oh, Chris said this person was a narcissist, but I'm just saying, if you learn enough about these patterns of behavior, there's definitely an archetype that tends to happen. So only take what resonates, y'all. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 4. And these are going to be your messages on what are their late night thoughts towards you. What are his late night thoughts? So right off the bat, I don't really know. This person's energy is kind of remorseful, a little sad. I feel like the other piles had a little bit more excitement going on versus this pile, it's kind of blue. So maybe, for example, you guys broke up. Maybe this was someone from your past. There's definitely an energy of like grief or remorse. And it's kind of interesting too because you had two cards that I'm going to demonstrate at the end, which everyone else was traditionally one. Oh, I also have to get their late night card. So, anyways, though, let's go ahead and see what card you initially got. Oh, wow. We have I'm lost without you. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting too because it's almost like I forgot that card was over there. And to me, it gives me the vibe that this person tries to move on from you and like they'll be doing fine and then something like reminds them of you and then they just break down. All that work just kind of falls apart. And time doesn't really seem to be healing the wounds with this person. Um yeah, because it's kind of like I feel like they try to forget like they're grieving you. And then they remember and then everything goes topsy-turvy. It's almost like they try to push the feelings down or away instead of like working through them actively. Let's go ahead and see what other cards you guys got. We've got it's cheap and generic bullshit. Yeah, so there's kind of like maybe they think your breakup was bullshit and they're kind of in like denial that they did any wrongdoing, or there's just some kind of energy that they're like was cheap. Maybe they didn't believe your excuse, or they think you made an excuse for breaking up with them. Um, yeah, they feel like they were cheated. They're like, this is bullshit. Why you left. Bros night, yeah, so maybe late at night they could be going out and hanging out with friends instead, you know, trying to distract themselves. Or they're thinking that you're hanging out with your guy friends and they're getting a little jealous and frustrated because they're like, oh, you got famous people vibes. Ooh. All right, so maybe they feel like you're famous or you're gonna be famous, or maybe this is a famous person. I don't know, and this whole thing is like very secretive. That like there's no way in hell you'd know that this person is feeling this way towards you because you'd be like, they have all these friends and money or whatever. They just like get up and move on. Meanwhile, they're like, yeah, I'm kind of lost without you because it's really like there's no point in all this without you. Yeah, this person's like really depressed about this, but they really have it locked in. They be talking shit behind the back. Yeah, so I feel like this person late at night thinks that you're talking shit about them to your friends. And that's why they're at bros night trying to forget, and then they're sitting there thinking, oh god, yeah, I'm literally getting this visual of this guy like sitting with all his friends, you know, and they're all like talking shit about their partners or about life and like football and stuff, and they're literally sitting there being like, what am I doing here? I don't even like these people. What why am I here? Like, I gave up a great relationship so I could spend time with these people. I'm Yeah, no, this is like really depressing. My body is my sacred temple. I belong to it and it belongs to me. Yeah, I feel like they lost like a sense of autonomy and you kind of brought that back with them. And so late at night, you know, I think maybe this person had like a porn addiction or there was something about them that they really weren't disciplined and now they're treating their body with much more respect. Um because of you, maybe because of something you said, or maybe they're just like, wow, I really don't take good care of myself. um wow, I can't feel anything anymore. Oh shit. Yeah, Matt Sutter vibes. Okay. So Matt Sutter is the protagonist in a book I'm writing, where, just to give you a little summary so you understand the card, he is a rock star who is thrust into fame because of their rock band was doing really well, and then the lead singer killed himself. So then he becomes the lead singer to try to carry the band and go out and save the world. However, because he doesn't deal with things like you should in a healthy way, he ends up making a lot of mistakes and getting really depressed and loses the girl of his dreams. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. And so that definitely tells me that this is the type of person that maybe they have it all on paper, but like they're really depressed without you. And it's kind of like with Matt, you know, he was in this energy of What's the point of being famous and having all of this when I don't have anyone to share it with? Like, there's no home to go home to, you know? Like, he's not just like a body or whatever. He's still a human and he has needs too. And if anything, it's more isolating for him because in the book, you know, he became famous because he enjoyed doing what he was doing, but also because he wanted to make a difference. And instead, everyone around him wants to be famous, or they want his body, or they want his money, or they want whatever. And he's like, I don't have the girl I want to be with. And he didn't feel like he was worthy enough of her. And then he lost her. Um, there's a child involved. It's complicated. Ooh. So maybe late night thoughts, maybe they're thinking about children, maybe about having children with somebody, or maybe having children with you, or maybe they have like a child with an ex. So there's only take what resonates, but I definitely feel like they are in their current position in life because of decisions that they made. And with the child involved, it's kind of like there's not much else you can do. Like, you'll always have to have your baby mama involved. And so they're trying to do the right thing. They were trying to be the right person. Um, but that's not what their heart wants, you know? And yeah, dang. Because maybe that's another thing too. Like, maybe you didn't know that this person wanted to have a child with you. Um, and now that dream's kind of crushed. Because they were like, well, I wasn't really thinking about having kids, but then with you, yeah, actually, I kind of wanted to. All right, I'm feeling I need to read the tarot card. So, okay, we've got the Six of Coins. Nope. Okay, you want to be upright. All right, Six of Coins. So that is all about generosity and sharing with others. So late at night, they're thinking about how they would spoil you. Um, thinking about like, man, if I had this money, where would we go? And like I'd see this person being like, yeah, I'd take a vacation with them to the beach, or I'd take them to go see this really specific thing that you both would like, because it's kind of nerdy, and that's kind of adorable. Yeah. Um Sorry, I was just kind of reminiscing because I'm debating if I should say what came to mind or not. Okay, so I'm thinking, for example, with the Matt Setter vibes, one of the things I love is drums. All right, and playing drums. I was in drumline, and one of my things is I've always wanted to go see a Blue Devils drum competition. You know what I mean? Like professional drum lines, battling it out and stuff like that. And to a lot of people that are not even just musician types, like a lot of people when it comes to drums, they're kind of like, oh, drummers are just hot or drums are just drums. But like if you like drums, there is such a threshold and there's a whole deep dive into it. And what I was feeling with this Six of Coins thing is I was just imagining like, oh yeah, no, this person would take you out to go see, a drum line or whatever because you both happen to like drums and that would be something very cool that you would both enjoy. You know what I mean? Um and so that's what they would like think about late at night with you is they would be sitting there being like, okay, everything's right in the world, we're balanced, we're all good, and then I'd be able to just like give Pal for my time, because I feel like this person knows that money isn't really the issue with you guys compared to the other piles. I feel like for them, they're like, yeah, if I've got the money, great, I'll spend it on you, but it's more so they're like, I just want your energy and time. Like, I want to make up for lost time. Like, it's kind of like every second I'm away from you, it feels like I'm just so unclear and cloudy and dying and like drying up. All right, I want to take care of you, financial support, emotional fulfillment, masculine energy. Yeah. They're fantasizing about moving in with you. Late at night, they're literally like looking around at their apartment and they're like, I just wish Pow 4 was here. That's the only thing missing. You know? I can see them, they're also like fantasizing about growing old next to you and just like, but it's interesting though because it's like all I see in this is like, it's like you're gone. You know, there's something about you that this person genuinely thinks that, like, you're never coming back. And, yeah. They just don't know how to find that same kind of support with somebody else. I'm embarrassed to tell you the truth. Deception, big lies, many secrets. Yeah, maybe, like I said, maybe this person didn't tell you how they feel. Maybe it had something to do with their sexuality. Maybe they were embarrassed to show you something about them. Maybe they couldn't have a family and they were afraid of what you felt, which I know that you guys wouldn't and they know that you wouldn't, but they were more so embarrassed to even say that out loud. You know what I mean? That they can't have kids. And they would think that you would think less of them because of that. Which isn't true, but that's what they think about late at night. Maybe there's some toxic masculinity here. Would you pick up if I called you now? Late night call, express love, sexting. Yeah. I think they wouldn't bother though, because they think that you wouldn't pick up. At this point. I don't know if it's been a lot of time, or I don't know if whatever happened between you was very final. There's so many secrets though. Like secret plans, secret wishes, or whatever, things that fell through. And they're kind of like, maybe I should have done them because I didn't think you were going to leave in that way. I want to gift something special for you. Unexpected surprise, sentimental. Um, Maybe they just want to put a ring on it right away. They'd be like, oh, well, you said you want to get together. Let's get married. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, like, I'm not letting you get away, you know? They're just like, I'm just one late night call away from nagging the girl of my dreams, you know? Nagging. I was gonna say, don't you mean like bagging? Maybe that's what they feel like. Maybe they feel like because they're always trying to chase you or pursue you, they feel like they're just bothering you. Because they're like, well, Pile 4 already knows how I feel, and they rejected me, so that's that. You know? And that's why there's like an imbalance between you two, because they're kind of like, well, you didn't really show me any sign that that's how you felt. So why would I pursue this further? You know, there's some kind of like the romantic glasses is over between the two of you, but they're also being very pessimistic. All right, I'm drafting up what to say. I'm upset at myself. Oh, I have nightmares of you with others. Oh God, that's the worst. Oh Lord. Yeah. Boy, did they screw something up or something. I don't even know if it's warranted though, because they're literally like this. It just feels like a romance novel. Like, look at this right here. This is what is happening between the two of you. You might not even be dating anybody else. This person is so hot and bothered that they think you're dating somebody else that they're like, they can't even take that. Oh my God. Like, I feel like them, like, you, like, in bed with another man would wake them up on the other side of the country and they'd just be like, feel like they just got shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of dramatic, but this guy's like we're talking nightmares. Like, this person's like waking up in a cold sweat if that happens, and they're just like, I can't live with myself if you end up with this douchebag, I will end it all. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that is so funny. That is so funny. They are a little dramatic. I'm drafting up what to say. I don't really think they're gonna reach out to you and confess their feelings, but I am seeing them journaling or writing a song about it. Like, again, I feel with Matt Setter vibes, I'm like, maybe this person's a musician, maybe this is someone who's very like well thought out with what they think and say. And so they're literally like journaling. Yeah, I just see them like writing lyrics or poetry or just like really working their thoughts out and being like, no. No, I wouldn't say that to them. I wouldn't say that to her. Yeah, with the I'm upset at myself. That's like an understatement. Yeah, and then like look at the ring too. You know, that's his ring finger. He's just like, yeah, I'm just counting down the hours when I get my second shot. You know? Yeah. Man, I have such a hard time channeling your person, pile number 4, because your person's just depressed and sluggish and just like numbed out and stuff. Like, I think it's crazy because all the other piles had like depression or like different things, or maybe that was a different reading. I recorded a couple today. But like literally there was all the same, like, I'm married, I'm this, I'm that. This person's literally just like, what is the fucking point of even being alive without this person? Like, I don't want to spoil my book, but I was just like, that's a theme in there too. Is literally like, how do you move on? And yeah. Okay. Um well, so now it's time to talk about these cards. Okay? So these cards I pulled to be about, is this person going to reach out to you soon? Yes or no. All right, these are yes or no cards, or maybes. And with you guys, when I pulled them, like, again, I had no idea what direction this reading was going to go. I was told that there's going to be a decision that needs to be made, and I was like, okay, it's probably like a, do you reach out to them, yes or no? Um, I think this is more so the decision of, you need to decide if you're willing to let this person back into your life or not. And if once you make that decision, then the universe is going to act accordingly, right? So doesn't matter what they say going forward, but like, you got to make a very clear, unanimous yes or no. Okay? No beating around the bush. You're going to go for it. So this is going to be your yes pile, and this is going to be your no pile. And then it'll be, what is their communication? If they're going to communicate with you soon. So if yes, you want to give this person another chance, are they going to communicate with you? Or what you could do is you can ask the universe a yes or no question after this decision, and this will also be some confirmation for that. Okay? So ask your question, and let's see the answer. We've got no, look for an alternative. Release your attachment to this outcome. The universe will bring a more aligned opportunity sooner than you expect. Okay, so if you decide to give this person another shot with this connection, they're not going to reach out to you. Okay? And so if you do want to get into communication with this person, either you're going to have to reach out and state your piece, or you're going to have to release the attachment to the outcome of what's going on. Because just because you want to give this person another shot doesn't mean it's meant for you. Okay? Don't let this person's emotional state dictate what you need to do. Right? Because I know this is like romantic and all that other stuff, but if that person's not healthy for you, then that person's not healthy for you. Okay? But okay, so here's what's going to happen if you choose to not let this person back into your life. All right, so think of your question. It's going to be a yes or no, and then let's see if they're going to communicate with you soon. We also got to know. You are being shielded from an unseen challenge. Your guides are protecting you. Trust them. Unfolds over next 3 months. Okay. So if you make a definitive decision that you will not give this person another shot, you're going to be protected from the aftermath and outcome of this. So even if they're manifesting you back, if you say no, it's going to be okay. Right? And you're going to understand why within the next 3 months. So, anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this resonated with you. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, links are in the description down below. Yeah. Also, check out my blog on my website. We talk about spirituality, mental health, and relationships and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, y'all, I will see you all next time. Take care. Be good.